Hello and welcome back to my channel, a channel where we discuss all things important. So today we're going to be watching a video called If Islam is Wrong, Why Does Science Keep Proving It Right? And this video is by Tom J. Clips. So I've heard quite a few nice stuff about this video, so let's watch this video together.
I always was really a fan of science, but after Islam it made me even more interested in science, because now with everything that I see around me, it's like, subhanallah, the creation of Allah is so complex.
أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت.
Of course, science can know that if you put one particle and another particle together, something happens. So they know, oh, if we do this and this, it makes this. But then still, what is the cause of that thing that happens? What is the cause of everything that happens in nature? You can research everything that happens right over here. If we plant a seed, a beautiful tree grows with beautiful fruits and all of that. We know scientifically that this happens when you put a cause and there is an effect. But what stimulates the cause? What stimulates this thing in and of itself in the beginning? The universe has a beginning. Science proves that. It believes in the Big Bang. In the Qur'an it says as well that everything started from one atom and then we exploded it into more. The expansion of the universe is described in the Qur'an. A lot of things that were not proven by science back in the days 1400 years ago are in the Qur'an. The Qur'an is teaching us so much, and it invites us to observe the universe. It invites us to look around, and I think a lot of scientists can learn a lot from that, because the only thing, they are looking at everything that happens, you know, the particles and all of this, but they don't ask, like, what is behind that? What is creating all of that? That's Allah. When people ask me the question nowadays, like, what really made you realize that Islam is the truth? I always say two things. One is the creation in and of itself. The universe around us, the fact that we have so many different creatures, you know, animals here. We have, if you plant a seed, it will grow into a tree with different fruits. We live in a universe that is endless, a universe that is unlimited, how huge and how long it is, at least for what we can observe. We are just a tiny dot in the universe floating around. If you look at the perfection of the creation, the purpose of the creation and the intelligence around it, then I really realized that there must be something behind that. A creator, right? If there is a creation, there must be a creator. And I think, on the other hand, the second thing that made me really convinced that Islam is the truth is the societal aspect. So I was seeing, when I was younger, I grew up in the West, I saw these people being lost, following their desires. I mean, especially nowadays with social media, for example. A lot of people disagree with each other, different opinions, even within households itself. The mother believes in one thing, the father believes in the other thing. You have two children that have complete other beliefs about life. It's really separate, really individual. People are just following their desires and their ego. So who is determining the rules? Who is determining what is good and bad? And then I really saw, and this was something that I realized pretty early in my life from observing the Muslims, is I realized that if you have rules or a book that is coming from something higher and you believe in it all together, then society is much more peaceful. I saw that the Muslims were so united. If there was a problem in their family, they were not arguing and fighting. No, they were like, okay, let's look at the Sunnah, let's look at the Qur'an. And then I was like, wow, that's beautiful, right? There are just rules that we're living by, and that brings so much more peace. I mean, sometimes boundaries and rules are much better than freedom, because freedom will let you follow your desires blindly. So I came to a conclusion based on the creation and based on societal aspect. I started realizing the truth of Islam. And I think when you look at the creation in and of itself already, and you start really critical questions, and you start to observe, you go for a walk in nature, through the woods, and you really start asking questions, you will see how unique the world is that we're living in today. People are just not asking questions anymore. That's what I feel. It looks like people are not even asking questions anymore. They just do whatever they need to do. Before I was referred to Islam, I didn't understand the purpose of life. I didn't understand the meaning of life. I was having all these questions. When something good happened, I didn't know why it happened. When something bad happened, I didn't know why it happened. I didn't know what it was teaching me. I couldn't have faith in something or like real support from something. I was just alone in this world trying to find the meaning. But after I embraced Islam, everything started to make so much more sense, you know. And it's also, our religion teaches us that it's in the fitrah, believing in one God and submitting yourself to one God. It's in the fitrah, and I really noticed that for myself as well. When I embraced Islam, everything got so much easier, better. It feels like you're completely new, you know. So what is the difference between then and now? I think it's the peace that I feel in my heart, the tranquility, the faith, is the tawakkul.
Yeah, so for someone to find peace in this life, they have to remember Allah at all times, and that's the only way a soul is going to find peace.
And the taqwa, you know, the fear of God and the trust in God. These two things completely changed my life, man. Yeah, alhamdulillah.
So yeah, we've learned a little bit about this brother of ours who recently converted. He's got a very interesting story, and it's nice to know that a lot of people are converting to Islam. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you back on the next video.